The opportunity here for a business with all the population coming in and all the demand for something to do. I mean, we have a lot of people who seek us out. I mean, we don't advertise, and we're off back here in this little pocket of surrounded by trees, and the people come here.
And the growth of this area has been exceptionally good for me because there's plenty of business out there, and since it's so easy nowadays to do business, you know, over the phone, over the internet, I have an office in my home which allows me to spend most of my time out in the field dealing with clients, and I can communicate back and forth to the office, you know, via the internet. But the growth of the area, with all the new businesses coming in, has been great, and it's going to continue to be good for the next few years.
We decided to open up Ocean Eddies stores. We started out down at Bayou Village here in Gulf Shores with a 400 square foot space and $4,000 worth of t-shirts and bikinis, and it grew and grew and grew. We ended up with 5 stores. Opportunity is going to be phenomenal for people to start a new business, and if it's going to be a matter of finding your niche, but the opportunities abound.
Just walked into the Foley Convention and Visitors Bureau, and they were getting ready for a wonderful Heritage Harbor Day festival that they produce, and they were short-handed. The next day or so, I got a phone call asking if I would like to come in for an interview, and I did, and I was hired on the spot.
Since moving to Gulf Shores, Orange Beach, to the Gulf Coast, we found this area to be very business-friendly. We came in as an outsider, actually, but we were welcomed in, and we did not find this to be an area where there were a lot of cliques that you had to break through. Almost everybody who lives here is from somewhere else. So we found it to be very easy to fit in. We made friends in a big hurry, I would say. The community opened its arms and welcomed us here. We found that the amenities here were much better than most people believe. We have excellent medical care in this area. We have excellent restaurants, good seafood, a lot of things to do with your free time, boating, fishing, being at the beach. The weather is excellent most of the time. Even in the wintertime, you can oftentimes play golf in short-sleeve shirts, and that's a real nice advantage for someone who likes to be outdoors and who's quite active.
What we have found is, and we've become friends with some of the doctors, they came down here for the same reason we did, the lifestyle, the quality of life, and they decided to set up their practices here, and this is their home now.
You know, it's real, I guess, scary when people move from a large metropolitan area into a rural area, but I find that the healthcare services down here in this Baldwin County, whether it's North Baldwin, Central Baldwin, or South Baldwin County, just as competent and able to treat you.
The city of Orange Beach was helpful in getting my practice started. The banks have been favorable, you know, with the financial support needed to open a new business, and everybody was happy that we were here. The favorite part about my job is I like taking care of the whole family. I like the fact that I can see the great-grandchild and the grandmother.
Well, about 3 days ago, I had just a slight problem, called the cardiologist. He was back on the phone, called his service. He was back on the phone within 5 minutes. And then the answering service called back within 15 minutes to make sure he called back. Very caring. The hospitals are all private rooms. There's South Baldwin close by. On the other side, there's Pensacola with several hospitals. There is the Thomas Hospital in Fairhope that has a brand new heart center, just opened 2 years ago with the latest state-of-the-art equipment. In Mobile, a number of fine hospitals. So lots of doctors, lots of health care. within 15, 20 minutes of here.
Here they just came in and sat down on the bed and crossed their legs and, you know, acted like, I don't have to see anybody else today. So, yeah, they're great.
My mom and dad live over here as well. They moved over here about 10 years ago. They're both retired, although my mother decided in her retirement she loved the school system over here so much that she took a part-time job with Orange Beach Elementary, which turned into a little bit more of a part-time job. Even at her age, she doesn't need to be working, but she loves it so much that she works, 3 days a week at the school and just absolutely loves it. It's a great school.
Well, my wife and I raised 8 kids. We have 8 children, 4 boys, 4 girls, 14 grandchildren. So I can tell you this, that we're where we want to be because of the school system. All of our kids get excellent education from the Baldwin County school system. And then you get the facilities that they have are just fantastic. And for kids involved in sports, I don't know of any limit a kid could have here if he wanted to develop his athletic talents. You just got everything available. And all of Baldwin County is that way. The attitude of the people being real nice.
We were really happy because he's got a lot of new friends. He's able to pursue avenues that he couldn't in Mississippi. They have a fantastic art program. The school facilities itself are full of computers and great, curriculum. All of the teachers seem to be very attentive, and so we've been very happy with what Baldwin County has to offer.
I think one word describes the whole Gulf Coast and the Alabama Gulf Coast, I guess, is the word unpretentious. There's no one that will not be friendly to you. You meet all realms of people. We've met people at St. Andrews by the Sea, our church. We've met people in the club at Kraft Farms. We've met people in restaurants. We've met people in all areas, and there's just no one that is not accepting. It's just what you see is what you get type atmosphere.
Well, the best part is the weather and the views. It's paradise. I mean, it's gorgeous, and that has been great. The church, we have found a wonderful church that we feel very much a part of. That's been become very important in our lives.
I just think that there's a church for every single person in the world down here. In any religion, and nobody scoffs at the other religion. It's respected, and well, I just think that's a doggone good thing in this world nowadays. Because it's a huge circle of love. Honest to God, it really is. And we speak from absolute experience.
My wife and I lived in Birmingham for 35 years, and I sold my big clinic there in Birmingham in 1992 and had an option to either retire or stay in Birmingham or to go somewhere else. And we had a condo down here. We spent a fair amount of time here during that period of time. And so once I stayed here a little bit longer, I realized that this is where I wanted to live the rest of my life. It's where I wanted to live out. I wanted to work. It's where I wanted my children to live and where I wanted my grandchildren to live. We actually have lived all over the United States. We lived in New Orleans, Louisiana. We lived in Beverly Hills, California. We lived in Boston. Spent most of my life in Birmingham. I'm from small town America. Grew up in a small town, Enterprise, Alabama. And I found Gulf Shores, Orange Beach to be very much like that. The security that you feel in a small town, the safety that you feel in a small town, the sense of community where people tend to look after each other. And those are the primary reasons that we decided to move here.